shimmy, shimmy, yo, shimmy, yeah. About to start my day, so I'm rolling up the Zod. Remember all the times they say I wouldn't make it far. Left into the bank, my account be the star.
What's up, good people? It's your boy DJTheParkBoy. We are in the building. Welcome to a new episode of The L.I.M.E Show. This is episode 23. I'm happy to be here. I hope y'all happy to be here. Spend some of your day with me. I appreciate it. You know I appreciate everybody who shows their support, who likes, subscribe, comment to my videos. I really appreciate that. Thank you for supporting the NextUp Network. Y'all see it. Got the Floss House hoodie on. Make sure y'all go to the Floss House store. Y'all can support me with purchasing merch. I appreciate that. If y'all look in the link below in the bio, y'all see all my codes I got for like discounts y'all can get on places. You know, I got some ambassadors ships, so I do make money from that, and you get to save some money on some good deals. Make sure y'all go check out those. Make sure y'all go hit up the Daily District. Go get your update on Black news at the Daily District. You can also follow that on Twitter. Yes, ran by me as well. I'm out here trying to hustle. I got 1,000,001 hustles, and I'm just trying to get to the money. I don't know how the hell they got it right there on the mic, but we here, baby. We here. Oh man, we are here. I've had like a really interesting week, man. Shout out to my brother for pulling up last week. He came into the podcast with me. That is always fun. We talked. Last podcast was over 4 hours. We talked before we started that. We talked after we started that. We can talk all day long. It's fun to do when I'm doing it with my brother because I know we're gonna get into some good arguments. I know we're gonna ruffle some feathers, but I know he comes from the same place that I come from. We just want to get to the truth. We just want to get to the facts. And I mean, the truth and the facts are what they are. But yeah, it's always fun getting around with my brother. He's definitely, he likes coming through and hopping on the podcast. So I don't mind him pulling up. Definitely going to have him as a guest again. Also going to have my boy Carnage 202 come pull up soon. Get him back in studio. We're going to wrap up. Probably do another smoke break. Maybe we might do a L.I.M.E show. I don't know, man. We gonna get to whatever we get to when we get to it. If you know what I'm saying. Whew, man. I definitely got some interesting topics today. It's a lot of interesting stuff that occurred in this short time frame. I'm not gonna hit everything that happened in that time frame. That's why I gotta get back to probably doing at least 2 podcasts a week so I can make sure I don't miss out on anything. Cause I don't like just coming in there and dropping in and doing one quick show. I like having a long format show so people can come in and digest the long format. But I always clip my videos, so if you like the smaller versions of it, you can go to the clips. Not gonna hurt me. I appreciate all the views. I appreciate all the watch time. Again, like I said, likes, comments, subscribes. I appreciate all that. All the people who've been showing love. Got a new intro video. I don't know if y'all noticed. Got a new logo for the Next Up as well. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But yeah, my week's been my Ravens lost. So that always sucks. I hate watching my football team lose, especially in games that just seem so winnable. In that game, we also lost Lamar Jackson. He had an ankle injury, which was frustrating to say the least. But our backup quarterback performed really, really good. You know, I appreciated the effort that he came and put forth in those moments. He looks like he's gotten a lot better. Every time I see him play, he just feels confident in the role that he gets thrust into. I mean, anytime you come in for an MVP, a former MVP, it's always going to be hard to step into the role of somebody of that caliber. But after he settled in the game, we played a really good game. We just got down early. A lot of BS calls. Yeah, man, things happen like that. But, you know, can't let that hold you down for the week. But, of course, that sucks. I never want to see my quarterback or any players on my team injured, even though we probably had, like, the most injuries out of, like, important players. I believe our starters have missed, like, the most games of projected starts. Like, yeah, man, we came into the season already in a hole. We're doing a lot better than, you know, people probably would have been projecting us to be at this point. But I'm happy we are what we are. just frustrating, man. It's always frustrating losing a quarterback, losing a football game. Playoff race is tight. Extra tight. You hear me? It is extra tight right now. This week it's just been interesting as a whole. I lost out on $100,000 plus roll. And in the most awkward technicality ever. Yes. So I was told to go ahead and, throw my hat in the ring for something. Because the other people there that I know, they were moving up into two of the power positions. So the two people that I knew at this one particular place were moving up in the power position. And they said, hey, we got this, we have this role, you can slide right in. We know you can do all this stuff. And I went and I said, hey, I throw my hat in the ring. I try my hand. I'll see what it goes. See if I can take it somewhere. Because guess what? I mean, I ain't gonna lie. 100 racks would, that's a nice little payday if you're talking about getting paid for something. And when you get into particular areas, that's all you're gonna be looking at, and that's something that I kind of got at in my profession. So yeah, I mean, when I say the job was gonna be a job of kind of ease, light, super light workload, things like that, it really intrigued me. Because just wouldn't hamper anything that I do is like my hustles. So I can literally add this money into my pocket by doing this simple job. And it pays so well. And I go through the process, fill out the paperwork, and I get a phone call. Got a phone call from the person who told me I should go ahead and throw my hat in the ring because they were asked about me in this situation. His boss was somebody I knew. So when they got promoted and he just took his role, it was like, hey, there's only one person above you now. So I'm looking really good at my prospects. They know my work ethic. I know the environment. You would think it would fit like a glove. Not like it's, but the glove ended up being, at the OJ trial where they said if you don't fit, you must quit. And I kind of ran into that situation, and not gonna say it sucked all the way, but it sucked. It sucked. I was told that their new boss added an extra requirement. And the requirement was that you needed a associate's degree, which is a 2-year degree for people who don't know. I don't have that. I have some college on my resume, but I never finished college. That's because I got into my profession and started making money. And it's like there's no need for me to go back and get a degree right now when, I can go get me a certification. And because of my certifications, I have access to make even more money. And I'm going to work. If I get into a position, I get something down pat. I'm going to try to be the best at it because I'm just my competitive nature. I'm going to try my hand to, be the best at something that I'm there to do. You know what I'm saying? Gucci Mane said it best. If you have a job, be the best at your job that you could be at it. Even if you hate that job, be the best at it. Don't half-ass at something that, you now have. I mean, and I know a lot of people hate their jobs, and I understand. But still, if you have that job, you should try to be the best at that job that you are. That's the type of worker that I am. I try to give 110% each and every time. And it shows when you look at the stuff I've been able to accomplish or that I did accomplish within the framework that I was in. So knowing all of this, knowing I can already do all the work, them knowing I can do all the work, them having personal relationships with me to verify my work ethic. In the phone call, I was told that I could not even interview because I did not have an associate's degree And their boss's boss said that's a non-negotiable now. Uh, I felt like I kind of wasted a little bit of my time. It wasn't the most time in the world to go through all the paperwork I had to fill out, but it was at that point where it's like, shit. You're telling me that you know for 100% you're about to get an A+ player. You're about to get a franchise guy. And you turn down your franchise guy over a 2-year piece of paper. And I can't be mad at him. I mean, disappointed? Yes. Mad? No. Not mad at him because, hey, requirements are requirements. If you don't fit the requirement, nobody's liable to open up or change anything for you unless they feel it's a necessity for them on their part. Disappointed? Yeah, because you never should count money that's not in your pocket before it's in your pocket. Never count money that you're projecting. Until you get it, never project it. You know what I'm saying? You have to live off the basis of what you already are in. You know what I'm saying? You have to live off the basis of the framework of life that you're at. But boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, did I have some plans. You know what I'm saying? Again, this job would not have affected any of my hustles on the side. Everything that I do on the side would have not been affected. So me adding this extra role was a plus to me. Something I could do basically in my sleep. I mean, yeah, I would have had like a requirement to come in like once a week. But other than that, even when I'm there, I have time to still work on my stuff because most of my stuff and work I do is mobile. So take my laptop on the go and I can get shit done. That's just the way that I operate. But the disappointment set in because I was like, shit, I felt it right there on my fingertips. I would have been working with people that I enjoyed to work with. Even though it wouldn't have been like a typical type work environment, I'd have been working with people that I enjoy working with. People that I know carry their load. Because nothing sucks more than working at a place and you realize people don't carry their load. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of puts you in a place where you're like, hey, why is these people making anything close to me? When I know, I'm worth double, triple, quadruple their value. And that was part of the thing that led me to, quitting earlier this year anyway and leaving and more so putting myself into this entrepreneurship role, trying to accomplish things. I did those things because I got to the point where I was like, hey, I know the value I bring. You guys know the value I bring. I know you know the value I bring. This is why you would volunteer me for, new things. I had to when I first took on a role, I was supposed to have one thing that I was supposed to do. Then next thing I'm getting volunteered to run a whole project, which required me to teach myself a skill, master the skill, and then train other people on a skill that I had no intentions in doing at all, But again, I played my role as a team player. Sometimes when you are an A+ player, they're going to give you A+ responsibilities, which I don't mind. But I feel like at that time when you come to, put me in a position when I'm going to have to run something, I should at least get first right to, choosing if you're going to actually open up a position for this. I get first right of choice of at least interview for that position. Instead, while there, I watched somebody else. That's right. They brought somebody else outside of the company to take on a senior leadership role on something that I'm managing a project on. Now and again, I'm running this shit. It's me. I'm doing it. I learned it. And I'm about 6-7 months in, and of running this to a T. me training people, me having operations up and running for this one specific project. But no, I didn't even know they had a position available to be the lead for this. It was never mentioned to me. Nothing was mentioned to me about this. Instead, I had to come to work and find out inside one of our weekly meetings that technically I have a new boss. I didn't even know technically within the company, they told me that they changed my role and designated me the junior lead on something. You know what I'm saying? They made me the junior lead. They changed my complete role in their organizational structure. I've received the lowest percentage raise that year I've ever had in my time of working in IT. And after that, I said, this is bullshit. I'm literally training people who make more money than me to do something. And I won't even get offered the opportunity to take on the role that I'm already doing. Where is the love? Where is the love? And the thing that took the cake was you hired a person to basically be my lead, the head of that division, and I still had the same role. I had to still liaison with other people. I still had to go to weekly meetings, keep notes, update them on what's going on systems, update other people who I had trained and who's going to be doing this work on the changes and the updates that's going on. Again, you hired somebody to do that, but expected me to continue my role with no change of pay. See, and that's the thing about being a team player. Sometimes you be a team player and it bites you in the ass. So I eventually started getting fed up with the environment and the things I was going on with. Led me to quit. And it's nothing wrong with the 9-to-5 hustle. I don't mind the 9-to-5 hustle. I miss the consistency of 9-to-5 hustle paychecks. Especially when they nice big paychecks. You start to miss them nice big paychecks. I ain't gonna lie to you. But the goal is to build. At least for me. My goal is to build something that's beyond what I could, ever dream of. I want the dream to be bigger and beyond anything that I can stop and say, hey, on paper, this is what it tangibly could do. But hey, Amazon sold books at one point in time. Now over half of every sale online goes through Amazon of all goods. So the projection of what I want from what I'm growing is, tangible, obtainable type goals. But I'm also, banking on myself for being that A+ player that I could go beyond things that I could typically dream of in those situations, if you know what I'm saying. Because, nothing's going to come easy. It's always going to take a lot of work. But when you got faith and work and you put them together, you start accomplishing things. And anytime I feel like, things aren't moving always the way I expect, or, maybe I didn't get enough sales this time, or maybe I didn't make enough ad revenue on this thing, I stop, and then I got to go reflect. Because, even when you have shortfalls and shortcomings, I realize I've accomplished a lot. I really stop and realize, hey, this is something that I've done and it's moving, it's growing. And I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Things that I never even thought I'd be at in some situations, I still end up saying, hey, I'm proud I accomplished that. It wasn't the original plan. It wasn't the original goal. But sometimes things come in your path and you're like, hey, I did that. That's me. That's my work. And, that's just the place that I'm in right now with that. So, yeah, man, this week's been interesting. And, finding out, again, that lost out on something I thought was already in the bag. I'm like, hey, this is an easy. I'm about to go, pay for a vacation right now because this is coming in. This is yeah. Whew. The money I planned on spending, because again, when you got them big weekly checks, you can make some moves, some plays, and and most of my work that you wouldn't need me to do while I'm not there is me being on the computer answering shit. I could be on vacation the whole time making money. I watched somebody this whole pandemic, because they were allowed to work from home, stay on vacation this whole time. I'm talking about city to city, out the country. Like, that would have been cool, you know what I'm saying? Instead of the physical demands of having to be at a location every single day. And I believe a lot of workplaces going to have to deal with the fact that a lot of people don't want to come back into work on a normal traditional scale. We just seen that we could do it online. We just saw that. And as a company, you can make a lot of money not having one of these big corporate offices. But, people going to move how they going to move. Business going to do what they do. The grind will sometimes burn you out while you're on your path. But guess what? I'm going to keep grinding because I got more goals to reach. I have a lot of more goals to reach. Again, that's why I appreciate all the people who subscribed, who found my channel on accident. And next thing you know, you've shown love. I appreciate that. Even sometimes I appreciate the haters. I'm running into haters already. They only going to grow. But guess what? They're here. They're going to boost me up in them algorithms with the hate because I'm going to argue with your ass. I'm going to get my point across. I do this because I like to debate. It's called the L.I.M.E show because it's life in my eyes. Man, I'm an opinionated person and I'm going to give you my opinion even if it come to your bullshit. At least for now. I figure after I get to a certain point, I'm just going to be like, fuck all that shit. I don't need to boost in the algorithms arguing with you. Know what I'm saying? I don't need it. But since we're talking about business, we going to get into a topic about business. And it has been announced that Instagram is going to be bringing back its chronological feed. I don't know if you guys remember when Instagram first came out, it was always chronological. So things would come in order of whenever they get posted. They didn't use an algorithm-based system where they try to push things they believe you would like, push things that you're more focused on, because that's part of their ad business thing. You know what I'm saying? So if they know algorithmically where you're more geared to view things, it's easier for them to sell ads based on those things from businesses or people like me, i.e. Sometimes I run Facebook ads in order to help boost, attention to my music and attention to my other products. So them algorithms help when it comes in terms of businesses, but I always prefer the chronological feed. To me, it was just a better system. Some people might like the algorithm still pushing things to them, but I am not that guy. We're here on TheVerge.com, and the article states, during a hearing before a Senate subcommittee on Wednesday, Instagram head Adam Mosseri said the company is working on a version of its feed that will show users posts in chronological order. Unlike its current ranking algorithm that sorts posts based on their users' preference, the company's algorithmically sorted feed introduced in 2016, which means it's only been about 5 years they've been doing it, their users, and then updated in 2017 to include recommended posts. Is widely disliked by its users who prefer to have a post and their fans' posts surface in a timely manner. The current feed uses an AI to create what Instagram considers a more personalized feed based on user activity, but it has remained generally unpopular among a vast swath of users, despite the company's assertion otherwise. It kind of sucks when you bring out a product or something like that, and now you have your user base telling you for a long period of time they would like to go back to the old way. And it's kind of like you're just fighting it off, but it ain't really working. You know what I'm saying? It's not working at all. And the algorithm it's kind of BS sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I would just prefer to see things come in order as it goes. Sometimes you go on Instagram. I mean, I'm not on Instagram every day, which, you know, I've been told is a detriment to me sometimes when I'm not on social media as much as I used to be. Feel like I was huge on Instagram early on in the days. Uh, but yeah, so when you pop up and with the algorithm, sometimes you can get pictures or videos or things that occurred 3-4 days ago. My thing is, man, show me what's new. If I'm interested, I'll go check out the person's I'll go check out just their feed. You know what I'm saying? And if it's something that also interests me, I'll just go like and things like that. So I personally prefer the older version. I just want to see what's the newest things coming out at the top. I don't want your algorithm telling me what I should be liking or, should be feeding into. But that's me. But not just me. Apparently, they say a vast swath of users don't like it. So I believe they should be making that change. The article continues. Missouri appeared before the Senate subcommittee where he was grilled by senators about child safety issues on the app, prompted in part by revelations from whistleblower Francis Hudgen, who provided internal documents to the Wall Street Journal that suggested that the company was aware its app may be toxic for teenagers. So, I mean, again, they had a whistleblower who came out and said that they know that the algorithm is causing issues with teenagers. You watched last week's podcast, me and Dame kind of hit on that subject when I said that social media is messing up children. From documentaries to public reports to internal reports, we're seeing that social media is possibly helping exacerbate a lot of mental health issues that's going on because, I mean, when you got to compare your real life against everybody's good moments, it can put you in a bad place. You know what I'm saying? Personally, for me, I've never allowed social media to kind of dictate how I should feel about people's real lives because, I mean, I live in the real world. I know I got issues. When I talk to other people, I know about their issues. And I know a lot of people I know, they can be down bad. They're going to make themselves look good on social media. So, again, the algorithms and how things are pushed towards kids and stuff like that could hurt, especially with like the suggested posts. They're always throwing a lot of suggested posts and sneak them in and slide them in on you. And we've seen that it's been hurtful. So during the testimony, Missouri proposed the creation of an industry body that would determine best practices over handling of children's data and parental controls that help keep children safe online. The body will receive input from parents, regulators, and social society to create a universal standards and protections. Missouri said platforms will need to earn protections of Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act by following those standards. Now, that's so tough. I believe that I don't know if I want a body also telling kids what they also shouldn't and shouldn't see because I've never had that type of regulatory issues on my childhood. I came across a lot of shit as a kid, from porn to fucking terrorist radios from overseas. I know some of y'all probably seen some of that shit. What was it, like Rotten.com? The worst videos you can think of used to be on there. It was of the websites that was similar to that. Like, you can see some horrendous shit in this world. So just blocking something on social media won't completely slow things down. But the amount of time that people end up spending on social media is probably a bigger thing. You know what I'm saying? That's probably a bigger issue to me. The time spent on social media versus what the content is also on it. Because if you're living your life, you're looking up other shit online, I believe it'll change probably some of the outcomes that people feel that they're receiving. Or how effective the algorithm pushes things towards people. Look, they get into that. On Tuesday, Instagram rolled out the Take a Break feature. It started testing last month to users in the US and other English-speaking countries. The opt-in feature prompts users to pause using the app after they've been using it for a certain period of time. more parental controls over teenage use of Instagram will be released next year. So again, yeah, like it's the time spent on something. I didn't even see that until it popped up, but that'll be my thing. You know what I'm saying? That'll be my thing. Time spent on it versus what you're consuming while on it. That's with anything. If you consume something way too much, it's bad for you. Foods, alcohol, too much of anything, minus, maybe marijuana. Shout out to my smokers. It's going to be considered almost a bad look for you. But I'm totally with Instagram restoring the feeling. You know what I'm saying? You being able to see everything come in as it comes in. I miss that. As soon as that becomes available, I'm switching to it. No waiting for me. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. I gotta make that switch. Don't push stuff to me or tell me how I should view something. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that. I like finding and discovering shit on my own time when I do it. I'm not big on, hey, this is it. This is what you missed. This is what you should consume in that time that you missed. That ain't for me. I would prefer to, go ahead and, like I said, view it how I view it. If I find something I like, I keep it. If I don't, I keep it pushing. But yeah, that's crazy for me. Oh, I see that. Shout out. I got my chop floss with me. It's definitely out of focus. I can see the logo a little bit from right there. But yeah, I got my chop floss with me. Get the rapping on me. My lips getting dry. But we're going to continue on with the bullshit. So, it has been reported that last night, while in Prime 112, which is a famous restaurant down in Miami, Freddie Gibbs was out and he ran into Jim Jones. Shout out to DJ Academics, because I definitely saw his video. He was going crazy, man. He was going crazy on that boy Gibbs. You don't know, him and Freddie Gibbs definitely has issues. They've been going back and forth on social media for a while. But I didn't know that, Freddie Gibbs was doing internet antics that Jim Jones took the wrong way. And it possibly led to a shooting where I think they said Freddie Gibbs' manager was shot in Brooklyn when he went to go do a show about in 2016 or 2017 time. And it was reportedly done by the 9 Trey Bloods, who Jim Jones is a part of. So Freddie Gibbs said something disrespectful. They tried to shoot Freddie Gibbs, ended up shooting his manager. Jim Jones also tweeted out, "It ain't safe out there in Brooklyn." But it's been a couple years since that incident actually took place. But apparently, Jim Jones saw him and was still on pressure time. Pressure time. So we're right here on Vlad TV. I pull up the article right here for you. It says, according to witnesses, a fight between Jim Jones' crew broke out with Freddie Gibbs' crew at a swanky restaurant Prime 12 in Miami. Apparently, the two sides bumped into one another while Jim Jones and his crew were leaving, and Freddie Gibbs and his team were walking in. Jim initially approached Freddie over some negative things that Gibbs had said about Jim in the past. While Jim was arguing with Freddie, someone from Jim's crew punched Gibbs in the face. Freddie was then personally attacked by Jim. Freddie's large bodyguard was also hit and then kicked in the face while he was down. Damn, Fred. Damn, Freddie. I got a friend who loves your music. And I meant to hit her up and ask her, did she see any of this yet? Because it's like, damn. Damn. I'm not mad at Jim. You talk shit about somebody, there's no expiration date on when they can come get you. I don't care where you moved in. That's why they say people who do crimes in their past, they should move away. You want to change your life, you need to move away. Because there's no telling who you did some shit to who still won't want issues with you. And that's a prime example of that, even with celebrities. Like, you say some things to certain people, they won't take it the wrong way. And it's, as they say, when it's up, it's stuck. And I guess that's how Jim Jones felt in this situation with Freddie Gibbs. I'm happy that the rappers only fought. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with hands being put on other rappers. If you want to be gangster, I'm cool with y'all fighting it out. I don't want nobody getting shot over tweets. I don't want nobody getting shot over tweets. But, you know, a good fair fight on ass whooping, I'm all down for that. Long you ain't trying to kill nobody in the ass whooping. You know when you beat somebody. And then you know when you can take it too far. Of course, accidents happen, but that's more of a rarity when it comes to the totality of the amount of fights that people are in, participate in, watch, all of that. So I'm all for, if they're going to do it, they're grown men, and grown men should be able to settle their differences without somebody getting killed. And if it needs to lead to a physical altercation, should be able to fight, take your L or take your W, and walk away, bruh. I mean, unless you feel they disrespected you to a level you can't return from, you know what I'm saying? And from Twitter, I don't believe you should take it that far. But, giving out a ass whooping, oh yeah, that's fair game. And there's no expirations on the ass whooping. None at all. None at all. And I think, they said it was from when Jim Jones was doing his Vamp Life merch and all of that. I guess Freddie Gibbs mistaken him throwing up a sign as a Vice Lord. Like... Seeing how something you can say in like 2014 can lead you to 2021 issues. I leave that to y'all, man. I definitely leave that to y'all. Yeah, man. I'm glad, like I said, I'm glad everybody's good. Glad nobody got shot or anything. Cause we seen that shots have been fired before. But yeah, man. I want to say pray for peace, but I know that gets nowhere. Because I know how shit gets sometimes, man. You could even be cracking a joke or something like that. You never know how somebody going to take something, how truly offended they could be by what you said. So, I mean, again, you got to know what you say, be able to stand on what you say, and live with that, however it comes. But in this next story right here, we have Megan Thee Stallion. She graduated from college, y'all. That is good. It's only one other rapper I can think of. Wow, in the moments of their stardom, they went back to go finish college, and that was Wayne. People don't realize Wayne went to college in that period of the Carter and then the drought runs. He went to school. But in that story, Megan Thee Stallion is now a college graduate crossing the stage at Texas Southern University. I ain't put this up for you. Crossing the stage at Texas Southern University on Saturday in the cap and gown to receive her diploma with the rest of the student body, yada, 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 yada. This is some mainstream shit right here. This article's right here from CNN. Whew. Alright. The Grammy winning rapper earned a Bachelor of Science degree in health administration, a goal she set to honor both her late mother and her late grandmother. She said, I want to get my degree because I really want my mom to be proud. The artist, who's 26, told people last year, she saw me going to school before she passed. Her mother, Holly Thomas, died in March 2019 following a battle with brain cancer. Whew. R.I.P. to her mother and her late grandmother, who was a teacher. R.I.P. to her granny. You know, mothers and grannies are important people in life. And when you got a good one, that's an irreplaceable thing. While I'm speaking on R.I.P. to my grandmother, you know what I'm saying? But she said, "Good morning, Hotties. It's graduation day." Megan Thee Stallion wrote on Twitter with the hashtag Megan the Graduate. She celebrated this achievement by sharing some photos. She did it, y'all. She went back to school. And yeah, man, that's always good to see. I love seeing us accomplish things. Even though college graduate, I ain't gonna say it's the biggest accomplishment in the world because it's what you do after you get your degree now. But graduating college is an accomplishment. You know what I'm saying? I didn't do it. I mean, I got to the point where I didn't need to do it in order for me to survive and grow in my career. Minus the BS that happened earlier. But yeah, college isn't something that you have to do. But accomplishing graduating college is a good thing. What you do after your degree is probably the more important thing because you want to make sure you get a profession that you're going to make some money from. Because them loans, if you had to pay loans, oh man, they busting people. She goes on to say, "I really wanted to be an administrator over a hospital, but I knew I still wanted to be Megan Thee Stallion. I was like, what can I do? I was like, you know what? I'm going to open an assisted living facility and use my money that I make from rapping to open it. Then I'm going to let my classmates run it." That's dope. You know, she accomplished that. It's going to be something to give back and help the community, which I will never not. Giving back after you make something, it's not a requirement for you to give back. It's just good, man. Some people need it. Some people don't have the skill level or the wherewithal to get into those positions where they can give back or can help. But there are plenty of people who need help, and that's dope. Using your money for good. I will never knock that from my artist. I will actually celebrate an artist for that. Because from these TMZ updates, I don't know how much more, celebrating or champion of a position I can be in. Of course, like always, I say we're going to wait till everything plays out. But from new updates from the Tory Lanez Megan Thee Stallion shooting, we have updates. So this article from TMZ was posted from yesterday. Tuesday, they went to court. And things came out about everything that's going on. And from some of them updates, this is the information we've received from those incidents. They say Tory Lanez shouted, "Dance, bitch," and Meg. A cop testified in court. Tory Lanez shouted, "Dance, bitch, dance," while firing gunshots at the ground near Megan Thee Stallion's feet, subsequently injuring her. At least according to testimony from a detective on the case, LAPD detective Ryan Strogner told the court took the stand in court Tuesday during a preliminary hearing in Tory's case. The detective says Megan told him Tory was intoxicated during the July 2020 incident. The detective went on to say this happened in the Hollywood Hills around 4:30 a.m. after a party and a dispute between the artists. He went on to describe that Tory was standing on the stepboard of the SUV while Megan was outside of it. As soon as Tory fired the shots, she immediately felt pain in her foot, observed blood, and fell to the ground, then crawled to an adjacent driveway of a residence. He also said under oath that Meg told him Tory apologized and begged her not to tell, allegedly offering her money to keep her mouth shut because he was on probation. Detective Strogner said Megan initially explained her injury by claiming she had stepped on broken glass. Megan allegedly later admitted that she only said it was glass because of the political climate. She was afraid the cops might shoot Tory if she said there was a gun inside the car. What's more, a recorded phone call was played that Tory made from jail to a woman who was also with Meg when the incident happened. Tory apologizes on the call for something he did because he was too drunk. Tory got pissed in the courtroom yelling out, "How you gonna tell me what I apologize for?" before his attorney told him to calm down. The judge heard enough during Tuesday's hearing to move forward with the trial, which now is set to begin January 13th. Tory's facing one count of assault with a semi-automatic firearm in a manner that caused great bodily harm and one count of carrying a concealed, unregistered weapon. The detective's testimony confirmed something Megan already said publicly, that in the wake of George Floyd, she feared that the cops would shoot Tory if she told them a black man had a gun and had shot him. Megan did indeed end up with shrapnel in her foot. Injuries she eventually came were a direct result of Tory shooting the gun. He's denied her account without really explaining his side, and he has not pled guilty to any charges against him. This was everything that came out yesterday. When I heard this, I said, damn, son. Tory, son. No, son. I know they ain't taking you out like that, B. Had to get New York on. They ain't take you out like that, B. You know what I'm saying? But again, that was yesterday's testimony. And it was only part of the reports. Now, Tory went on Twitter later on the day and he said that, it's kind of one-sided reporting that's coming out from supposed journalists. So today we got an update on what's going on. We're still here with TMZ. And this headline says, Megan Thee Stallion. Witness says she fought with female friend in SUV. Man still says that's irrelevant. Let's get into what they're saying here. Megan's got big issues with what the independent witness told police about her arguing with Kelsey. And she makes a good point. Megan just tweeted, "I've been shot, and the focus of some of these headlines are dismissing that I was attacked with a weapon while unarmed and trying to paint it as a catfight between friends." Fact is, even if there was a dispute inside with Kelsey inside the SUV, we know Megan was shot while she was standing outside the vehicle. Megan openly said she got out of the car because she didn't want to argue anymore, which would make the dispute almost irrelevant to the moment the trigger was pulled. So, an independent witness told the cops they saw Megan Thee Stallion and her female friend Kelsey fighting just moments before Meg said she was shot in the foot. A piece of evidence Tory Lanez's team fails cast serious doubt on what Megan said about him being the shooter. During Tuesday's preliminary hearing, a detective testified this independent witness who allegedly saw the shooting happen claimed the gun's muzzle flash went off closer to Kelsey than Tory. Tory's attorney, Sean Hawley, says the muzzle flash detail is corroborated by a gunshot residue found on the other female's hands. She also tells us it was further established that Megan gave several inconsistent accounts of what happened that night and that she omitted key information to the police. Holly is almost certainly referring to what Meg first told responding officers she had glass and not a bullet in her foot. Meg later claimed that it was glass because she was afraid that if she told the cops there was a black man in a car with a gun, Tory could get shot. Remember, this was a month after the George Floyd murder. Still, Holly adds, we look forward to the opportunity to cross-examine her at trial about numerous inconsistencies in her story. And at the end of this, it says, as we reported, a detective testified that Lamb's shouted dance, bitch, dance. There were also his Tory Lanez lawyer also stated on the body, there was body cam footage that he said he was trying to save his girl, and when he talked to the police. If the witness who saw the shooting told the police Tory ain't do it, Kelsey kind of said Tory ain't do it, minus when she came out yesterday and said that it's all Captain reporting that saying she did it. But she kind of alluded that Tory didn't do it. So did the bodyguard who was in the car. So now it's a 4-to-1 situation to where you have 4 people saying Tory didn't do it, and 1 person saying Tory did do it. Now Meg is still a victim. Now in the case of her being a victim, she may have victimized a black man in this incident by accusing him of something you don't know who did it, it seems like. And the thing that's so crazy is, if you found gunshot residue on Kelsey's hands, but not Tory's hands, why the hell are we even here? You only get gunshot residue on you when you're shooting a firearm. Now the witness says the muzzle flash came from the side where Kelsey was sitting versus where Tory Lanez was sitting. She also has gunshot residue on her. How, in this case, unless they have something they're not stating, how did this even proceed to this length and this far that Tory's still fighting this shit? And how do we proceed with Meg the Stallion after running with the statements of, y'all know this nigga shot me? Till now, she's saying people are focusing more on the headlines than the fact that she was attacked. She was unarmed. Yes, she was unarmed. She's a victim. But it doesn't look like Tory was the perpetrator in this case. And how do we proceed with this in the future? Where does Meg's career go? I mean, because I already know how social media is going to take this. They're going to view it and say, hey, no matter what, she's still a victim and she should be treated as such. But me as somebody who's been falsely accused of something before, and you know what false accusations can do to somebody's character? You have to fight that shit tooth and nail when you didn't do anything. And now we found out there's a witness and gunshot residue on 1 person. At least from information that came out. Again, I'm saying barring there's more information we have yet to hear, which I know there's going to be more information. But that's crazy. Like, how do you come to that determination of saying, I'm saying that, none of that matters. We still want to charge Tory. If he had the gun illegally, charge him for that. But to charge him with assault with a firearm, if he had no GSR on his hands, that leaves me a little mystified. That makes me definitely view the case a lot differently with that information. I don't know where to go from there. Like that's crazy news to receive and to be on the end of when you are put in a position to where if you really try to go defend yourself in the public's eyes, you're gonna be a bad guy, which he's been dealing with. He's kind of been blackballed. I haven't listened to his new album yet, but I'm hearing that new album is fire. Might have to go check it out. But yeah, this case is like crazy. Like the fact you say it doesn't matter who did it now. Kinda does matter who did it. It does matter who did it. When you accuse somebody of something, it matters who the fuck shot you. We can't live in a what if world. What if it was Tory? No. He either really did it or he didn't. Or Kelsey did it or she didn't. Or whatever the fuck happened. But as details are now starting to drip out, I'm kind of like, wow. If he's on the body cam saying, hey, I was trying to protect my girl. In what manner would he be protecting his girl in that instance? Maybe he was trying to stop Kelsey from shooting the gun. Allegedly. That's from what's reported in the court. I'm just saying. It's all fucked up. It's all crazy. That shit wild right there, man. I would hate to be on the end of that, trying to have to defend myself in that situation where I know I ain't do nothing wrong, and it's like I gotta sit here and take the bullshit. When I finally got my independence in music, where I can rake in all the money and I'm this fucking talented, like, whoo, yeah. Prayers up for all victims in this situation. If Tory didn't do it, he's been victimized. If he did not do this, he is now a victim. Being falsely accused of something that goes on into the public sphere, where everybody has this one perception, but it's not true, you've now victimized that person. Point blank, period. So, I mean, yeah, man. If Tory didn't do it again, I'm saying, how do we proceed with that? Y'all tell me, man. Y'all leave a comment, tell me, because, yeah, I'm lost for words on that one, man. So, in this next story, we bringing it home to DC. It says yesterday that a Lyft driver was shot and carjacked in Southeast DC. We're here on WTOPnews.com. The article states, let me pull it off for y'all. The article states, a Lyft driver was shot and carjacked in Southeast DC after picking up a passenger in Prince George's County, Maryland, just after midnight on Wednesday. The man told the DC police he picked up a passenger around 12:30 a.m. and drove him to the 1400 block of Bruce Place Southeast in the area around Johnson Middle School. When they arrived, the driver said the suspect shot him, stole his Volkswagen Jetta along with his wallet and iPhone. No information has been released on the driver's condition. But the police said he was able to walk to Stanton Road and call him. So, I mean, that's definitely good for him. But boy, crime in everywhere has been going through the roof. And I don't know what the solution would be, because, I mean, the only other times we saw crime this, like, super rampant was mid-80s, late 90s, where crime was kind of, like, super spiking. Every time you turn around, the crime numbers are jumping. And the policies that kind of did help reduce a lot of the crime, I'm kind of against. You're shooting up the community and shit like that, then, you know, I'm not going to say I won't be against them holding your ass, because, I mean, some people, you know, they're out there when it comes to the amount of murders and violent crime they want to commit and perpetrate within the community. Like, dudes out there doing this job, and I drop you off, now I'm getting fucking shot and carjacked, bro. Like, that should've make me not want to be a Lyft driver no more. But the way the economy is built up, it may be his best option for something that's beneficial to him, with time and everything included. But it's just sad, man. Crime's through the roof. Speaking of that, in California, the police union chief said, "We cannot protect you." And then the next day, Slim 400 gets shot in the driveway on camera. Like, oh man. Then me and my girl was watching something on what's going on in Portland. Portland's fucked up. A lot of these places, crime is through the fucking roof. in DC alone, shit has just been crazy. This is not like the only story that's like this that, you know, you'll say, wow, man, shit's fucked up. I never would have thought where I grew up in Northwest would ever return back to being like a shooting ground. Like people openly shooting the way they're shooting because of the gentrification that took place. But these niggas don't give a fuck about y'all gentrification. They don't give a fuck about where you at, who you with. If you look like a lick, they gonna take the opportunity. I mean, it's sad, but that's the wolves are out. You know what I'm saying? The average citizen don't realize they sheep. And when the wolves get around, they decide they hungry. It sucks being a sheep. But that's literally the world that we're in. And it's been that way for a long time. I just feel like we're just seeing the more wolves be bred out of this younger generation. Because I remember when I was growing up, you kind of knew the person from the other group who was a shooter or who had a gun, who would shoot some shit. Now, everybody has a gun. Everybody has a gun. And it seems like everybody's wanting to pull it and shoot that motherfucker. Because there's been so many brazen like shootings just in the city. To me, this is a brazen thing. Because it doesn't say if the passenger was the one who did it. And if you're the passenger, you're a brazen motherfucker. The reason why I say that, they have your information. Barring you let somebody else book a ride, you better hope they're not going to tell your name for that ride. Or unless it was a mistake or something like that. They have your information. The article made it seem like it's the guy who was inside the ride. And if that's the case, you're a fool. A fool for a fucking Volkswagen Jetta. Now, I'm saying for a Volkswagen Jetta, if you know what you're doing, you're going to go, you know, probably get that shit chopped up and make some money off of it. Carjackings are through the roof. Like, I've seen so many videos of people getting carjacked inside the city. Like, it's crazy. They out here. They are out here. Again, this ain't nothing new. It was just something that had caught my eye. I feel I should have hit on, but crime has spiked. It spiked last year, and it's spiking even more now. And ghost guns don't help this situation because, you know what I'm saying? Those easy to come across. Those are easy to get. So, again, I don't have no solution. I don't know what we're supposed to do in this moment because I don't want to see people getting locked up for the rest of their lives unless you're a real deal menace. There's some real deal menaces out here. King Von was a real deal menace. I love King Von. RP to King Von. But if you're in your community and you got multiple amount of bodies, you become a menace to society. That's kind of what Old Dog was. We watched Menace to Society. And now, I mean, it's just the hood shit so glorified. I mean, I even had a conversation earlier when I was like selective morality. And I participated in that because I got friends who out here who ain't doing the best shit either. But, you know, I'm not just disowning them. I don't agree with your decisions, but I don't agree with a lot of people's decisions. And I'm not going to disown everybody I disagree with. Some things are just off limits. You know what I'm saying? Some things I will just, it ain't no coming back. But yeah, man, all the time. Like, this shit is so prevalent, it's stupid. Whew, they like shot up my train station. I don't catch the train no more, but they shot up the train station where I grew up by like twice in a fucking week, bruh. Let's think about that. Like, just really put that in context. Twice a week in 1 week. So, I mean, shit is crazy outside. Y'all be safe. Keep your head on the swivel. Especially as it gets dark out here. If you somebody who has to walk in the dark, keep your head on the swivel at all times. You know, I said that in that story I had, you know, when I was high and paranoid that time, I had my head on the swivel. Whether I was right or wrong in that situation, I was prepared. It's better to be prepared than have to be reactionary. At least that's in my opinion. So in this next story, this y'all boy. This is y'all boy. Y'all voted for him. Y'all said he was Moneybag Joe. Moneybag Joe just said, no. As it's been announced, that Biden will now restart the federal student loan payments in February. And this is on top of his Secretary of Education going on the Breakfast Club and looking ridiculous on the Breakfast Club. They asked him specifically about the promise of $10,000 to every student, and all we heard was, well, we did this instead. We got this done. What about all the other stuff we didn't know? But what about the stuff you campaigned for? The specific stuff you campaigned for that niggas are still waiting for. Yeah, Joe Biden, you and your administration, where's Kamala now with the phone calls? Yeah, Joe, we did it. You did nothing. Because we in the hood waiting, and we're waiting to see. And my fellow people who think like me, I've been on the path for like, nah, I'm not voting for Joe Biden because he's going to be Barack light. What the fuck I want another Barack for? So I can have the imagery of the black man to make me feel good. That was there the first time around. His first term, I celebrated. But after you start extending wars and talk about privatizing Social Security and all the other fuckboy shit, somebody like Joe Biden tried to spearhead. Why the fuck would I vote for you? Man, for president 3 times. The first time, you got caught lying about your education. News never played that shit. They go find something on Trump and go play that, but they wouldn't play Joe Biden, felling in those moments. Or the second time he ran and he was just super shitty candidate. What made Joe Biden good was the allure of him being around a black guy. And he even said that was the first articulate black man he's been around. And I'm like, you been in Congress half your life. How did you didn't meet any other articulate black people? Yeah, he's big on them dog whistles when he gets to speak. I've never been a Biden guy. So hearing a story like this, I'm just like, hey, you niggas signed up for this shit. You niggas voted for this bullshit. But now y'all getting mad. Now y'all waking up and seeing. Sometimes it's too late to smell the roses. And this isn't an endorsement for Trump, because I vote Green Party. I believe everybody should be voting Green Party. Or Libertarian. Or anything that's third party. Anything other than Republicans and Democrats you should vote for. Put the pressure on their ass. That's how you put pressure on them. Stop voting for them and saying, I hate the other side. There are multiple sides. Y'all just too ignorant to realize that you actually want to change some shit. The ignorance of the masses is what the 15% of people who are woke and paying attention gets to manipulate the other 85%. The ignorant of the masses. I'm just saying, man. So we here on CNN Politics. The article states, President Joe Biden still plans to restart federal student loan payments in February, resisting pressure from some federal Democrats who continue to call for an extension of coronavirus pandemic relief benefits. We're still assessing the impact of the Omicron variant, but a smooth transition back into repayment is high priority for the administration, said White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki. When asked, I think it's Jen Psaki, believe, my bad, I don't know why that's a Psaki. Jen Psaki, when asked Friday whether the administration would consider extending the student loan payment pause, in the coming weeks, we will release more details about how our plan and will engage directly with student loan borrowers to ensure they have the resources they need and are in appropriate repayment plan. Borrowers' balances have effectively been frozen for nearly 2 years with no payments required for most federal student loans since March 2020. During this time, interest has stopped adding up and collections on defaulted debt have been on hold. Both Biden and former President Trump took actions to extend the pause, Most recently, Biden moved payment restart date from September 30th, 2021 to January 31st, 2022, but the administration made it clear at the time that this will be the final extension. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer of New York, Elizabeth Warren, Ayanna Pressley have been pressuring Biden to extend the student loan repayment pause. The pause on federal student loans, interest, and collections has improved borrowers' economic security, allowing them to invest in their families, save for emergencies, and pay down other debt. The lawmakers wrote in a letter to President last week. Before the pause, borrowers were paying on average $393 a month for their federal student loans, according to analysts from the Roosevelt Institute, which provided to Schumer and Warren at their request. That means collectively, borrowers will be paying roughly $7 billion a month, or about $85 billion a year, once payments resume. Schumer, Warren, and Pressley are also continuing to urge Biden to take further action and cancel up to $50,000 of loan debt per borrower. Biden said on the presidential campaign, that he would support canceling $10,000 per borrower, but has yet to take action. So beyond directing federal agencies to conduct reviews on whether he has the authority. When asked Tuesday about the campaign pledge, press secretary said the executive authority regarding student loan forgiveness is still under review, and added the president supports congressional action on the matter. If Congress sends him a bill, he's happy to sign it. They haven't sent him a bill, so nothing's been done yet. Again, I know a lot of people who, minus the fact they dislike Trump, some people are one policy voters. I know some people voted for Joe Biden just specifically for the cancellation of student loans, with the perception thereof that they would get some type of relief in the situation. And the relief's only been for a small percentage of people, not for the masses. It's for like civil service workers, military, former military personnel. But it hasn't been something that's been to the masses. And from the interview that the Secretary of Education gave the Breakfast Club to this information now, you should just know no relief is coming. Everybody has to get to the point when they realize the relief, stop relying on the government to fix your life. That is not the goal. That should not be your end goal. And it sucks for the people who fell into debt traps because of college and the perception of what college was supposed to bring to each individual. It's supposed to open up their access to better paying jobs, better futures. But in reality, it's a debt trap for the majority of people. Only a small percentage of people will hit those high income jobs, but a lot of people will get college degrees. So if 10% of all Americans are making over $100,000 a year, how long will it take you to pay off those loans for colleges if you're underneath that? I know some people they get it done. It's just harder to do if you want to play within the economy. You want to get a house, you want to get things like that. $400 a month isn't a lot. I spend that on certain shit. You know what I'm saying? That may be good spent on, for somebody like me, weed. But for other people, they're not in position to afford spending $400 a month, even if they graduated college. One experience I had with that personally was one of my friends had graduated, and the first job he was able to come back and get was a job working in like fucking Giants. I mean, it wasn't like a permanent position, but getting into the field of choice that he had, it's hard to do in the current climate that they were in at the time. So I would hate if I had to take loans and I come home to get a job that I could have just had without taking the loans. Now, is he still there? No. but he was smart enough to start hustling on his own and start his own business. Now he does his own landscaping, which is something he didn't even fucking go to school for. So again, it became a debt trap for him because now he's paying off something he's not even utilizing. What he is utilizing is skills that he learned on his own or from other people he's been around. So he has a trade to sell. You were one of the people who voted for Biden in this situation. I honestly do feel bad for you in this situation because you had a belief that he was going to help a little bit. But that ain't Biden. Like, go look at somebody's history, bro. How many years do you have to see somebody do something in their life? See them be mediocre at it and then expect them to flip a switch and say, hey, now I'm going to be this guy. That shit don't happen like that. People are who they are, and when you expect people to change, that's where you fuck up. Because then you get your expectations up, and now I know it's going to be there are a lot of people online now mad about this shit. Rightfully so. Rightfully so. But now that you know that, what are you going to do with that information to try to make those changes? Nothing. Because most of y'all still going to vote Democrat and Republican. And you're just going to keep ending up in the same fucking cycle of the two-party system, which isn't working. We need more than two parties. We definitely need more than two parties. We can't keep fitting everybody in this big tent system expecting the best of outcomes. Doesn't work like that. So on this next story, I kind of spoke on the George Floyd thing and how it related to the Meg Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez case. And an update to that, Derek Chauvin has pleaded guilty to federal charge in Floyd's death. We're here on Yahoo News. It says former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin pleaded guilty Wednesday to federal charge of violating George Floyd's civil rights, admitting for the first time that he kept his knee on Floyd's neck, even after he became unresponsive, resulting in the black man's death. Chauvin, who was white, who was convicted this spring of state murder and manslaughter charges, and Floyd's May 25, 2020 death, and was sentenced to 22 and a half years. In his federal plea Wednesday, Chauvin admitted he willfully deprived Floyd of his right to be free from unreasonable seizure, including unreasonable force by police officer, by kneeling on Floyd's neck, even though he was handcuffed and not resisting. A second federal charge in Floyd's death was dismissed, but Chauvin pleaded guilty to another count in an unrelated 2017 case. Chauvin appeared in person for the charge of the plea hearing in an short sleeve prison shirt and was led into and out of court in handcuffs. He said, "Guilty, Your Honor," to confirm his plea and acknowledged that he committed the acts alleged. Chauvin had faced a possible maximum life sentence in prison on federal count in Floyd's death. Under the plea agreement, both sides agreed Chauvin should face a sentencing ranging from 20 to 25 years, with prosecutors saying they would seek 25. The final sentence will be up to U.S. District Judge Paul Magnuson, but Chauvin is likely to face more time behind bars than he would on state charges alone. Through a combination of good behavior and parole, Chauvin's state sentence will likely amount to 15 years behind bars. A federal sentence will run at the same time, and good behavior could also reduce time, but inmates still typically serve 85% of their sentences. That means if Chauvin gets 25 years that prosecutors want, he will likely spend 21 years, 3 months in prison, or a little more than 6 years beyond his state sentence. The 3 other former officers were indicted on federal charges alongside Chauvin. Floyd's arrest and death, which a bystander captured, sparked calling for the end of racial inequality and police mistreatment of black people. Chauvin also pleaded guilty to violating the rights during a 2017 arrest in which he held a boy by his throat, hit him in the head with a flashlight, and held a knee on the boy's neck and upper back while he was prone, handcuffed, and not resisting. That was one of several cases mentioned in state court filings that prosecutors said showed Chauvin's use of neck or head upper body restraints 7 times dating back to 2014, including 4 times state prosecutors say went beyond the point that force was needed. Several members of Floyd's family were present Wednesday, as was the teenager in the 2017 arrest. As they left the courtroom, Floyd's brother said to the team, "It's a good day for justice." He's going to be the face of this. You know what I'm saying? Him getting 25, I wouldn't be surprised. He's the one person all other law enforcement agencies and everybody just said, yeah, our hands are up on this one. You fucked up. There's no way to defend this fuck up here. They're going to burn his ass. You know what I'm saying? They're going to give him 25. Which is better than getting life, but how old is he? What, like 40 something? Them 25 years going to hurt. Don't bring it back to life, but I mean, it's crazy that, you have this officer who has multiple complaints all these times before for prior issues, but yet he's still on the fucking job. He's been violating people's civil rights since 2014. It took somebody dying from what he's been doing since 2014 for us to see anything change. That is mystifying to me. Like, not mystifying, but it's crazy. It's deranged. How do you work with somebody who's violating people's rights for all these years? And that's the problem with, they say they're good cops. I believe if you're going to be a good cop, the good cops we've seen in history kind of stood on principle. Like, what's that? Serpico, when the cop, he didn't want to be dirty or he snitched on dirty cops and got left hanging for that shit. Because they feel he broke the blue wall, that blue wall of silence. For all the times the cops say they want people to help and testify and things of such, they won't do that shit to their own. Police believe in no snitching on police. That's the problem. How do you get past that? Personally, I don't know. Yeah, that blue wall of silence is real. It's hard to get around. You're kind of stuck. I guess that's how a lot of officers feel, stuck. Because who was the officer back in the day in Cali? He ended up killing other police officers because he said they were being racist and stuff. And anytime he reported it, he the one who got in trouble. So it's really tough selling when, I guess if you're in that position. But these are the people who are supposed to be the purveyors of the law. And it's supposed to be here to protect and serve. You see, they come with their bullshit too. But this next story, oh man, pray for my boy Kanye. Because he's been fighting to get his wife back. And that's not looking good for him. Kim has officially filed for divorce. And she says the marriage is broken. There's no way to fix it. Pray for Kanye. He wants his family back. Pray for Kanye. Let's get into this story. We're here on Us Magazine. Let me bring up the reader mode. I don't want to see y'all commercials and shit. Despite Kanye West pleas, Kim Kardashian is ready to move on from their marriage, telling the court that she will agree to any conditions necessary to become legally single. Whoo, that's big there. She said she's willing to agree to any conditions in order to become legally single. Sorry, Kanye, it's over. Just from that one sentence, it's over. I know you want to keep your family. And in America, what is it? 80% of women are the ones who sparked the breakup of the homes. This is another one of those cases. U.S. Weekly has obtained court documents filed by the 41-year-old reality TV star's lawyer on Friday, December the 10th. The party's marriage has been irremediably broken down. I believe I said that word right. Kardashian no longer she no longer desires to be married to Kanye West, the paper states. There's no question that this marriage of the parties is no longer valuable. Kim has no desire to reconcile with Kanye West and wants their marriage to be terminated. Irreconcilable differences have led to irremediable breakdown of the marriage. And there's no possibility of saving the marriage through counseling or any other means. According to the petition, West, who's 44, recently changed his name to Ye, and his legal team have been non-responsive regarding Kardashian's attempt to move the case forward to a speedy resolution. Kim Kardashian wants to also restore her maiden name. Irreconcilable differences have existed and continue to exist between Kanye West and me, which have caused her marriage to break down. No counseling or reconciliation or effort will be any value at this time. There will be no prejudice to West if our marriage is immediately dissolved, especially given the fact throughout our marriage we adhere to the terms of our premarital agreement and maintain separate property, character of our assets. I mean, that's a unique marriage right there. They came together, and I guess in the agreement they decided that, any assets that they build, I guess they're going to have their group assets, but they're going to keep separate shit the whole time. I guess that's the way they designed their marriage. They have 4 kids together. That's tough. You got kids. I understand, you want to be there for your kids, Kanye. And it's tough, man. 2-parent households are the way to go. And there's no longer going to be, no amount of money changes, 1-parent households versus 2-parent households. Statistics shows the importance of 2-parent households. So from that aspect, that sucks. From Kim's aspect, if she wants to be free, I have to respect that. Marriages don't always work. I don't know all the reasons for their marriage not working. When it was money issues Kanye had, she stepped up. And Kanye has to be appreciative of that. I'm appreciative of her doing that for Kanye, because Kanye West is an important musical figure in my life. I love me some Kanye. So she helped him get to the platform he is now, whether we realize it or not. Kanye was on a trajectory where he probably would accomplish these things on his own, but she helped in that moment when he was down bad, as a wife should do. But yeah, man, I just feel bad for Kanye because he sounds like he wants to fight for his family. And I guess the fighting is not going to work this time because she says she's done. She concludes, Kanye and I both deserve the opportunity to build new lives. Therefore, I'm asking that my request to terminate our marital status be granted. In the months following Kardashian is taking legal action to end a 6-year marriage, West has publicly claimed he hasn't received the paperwork. We are not even divorced, so how are we? Because it's no joke to me. My kids want their parents to stay together, Kanye said on Drink Champs in November. I want us to be together. I ain't got no paperwork yet, so I'm going to come to this joint and try to save my family and keep my family together. Kardashian, meanwhile, has moved on with Pete Davidson, stepping up with the 27-year-old comedian, host of Saturday Night Live. And Insider told us that keeping up with the Kardashians alum wants Kanye to be a big part of his kids' lives, as he should be. But she has no interest in being involved with him romantically. Kim worked so long to make her and Kanye's marriage work, and it didn't. The source told us on Monday. Noting that Kanye West will be invited to all holidays and family celebrations as they continue to co-parent. Which I appreciate that aspect of everything. Like, even if you're out on work, figure out the perfect solution to make it work for the kids. Even if you have to put shit to the side on your own in these instances, make it work for the kids, bruh. That's the most important thing to me. Y'all decide y'all want to be together, cool. That's cool. 100% cool. Just make it work for the kids. Prayers up for Kanye. Because he said he wants his family. Pretty sure he really means he wants his family. He was on stage crooning, telling Kim come back home. He wants his family, but she's just done. And I don't know how if there's any change in that. She seems to have her mind set in stone on this issue. And she says she's willing to agree to anything in order to get it done. That has to mean a lot. That has to account for a lot in that situation. Somebody telling they're willing to give up anything. And I mean anything. So in this next story, I don't know if y'all ever heard of Ruby Rose. She was on the XXL freshman list. And recently she went and did a performance at Rolling Loud. So when she came out in that Rolling Loud, she basically promoted her OnlyFans, which caused viral moments. But it led her to asking people, would you date an OnlyFans model, a woman who has an OnlyFans? My initial reaction to that was, hell no. Until the no. And then I stopped and I thought, and I put everything in context, and I said, what is she doing on OnlyFans? That would determine it all. Because not everybody's, selling sexuality on OnlyFans. Some people are actually making money on OnlyFans from giving advice, classes taught on OnlyFans through virtual learning shit. There are people making legit money without selling sexuality. If you're selling sexuality, which most of the top content money makers are, the majority of them are at least, hell nah. To the nah. I'm gonna have to get that drop right there. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to get the little stream box and stuff so I can just have my drops there. That's definitely gonna be there in the rotation. Cause hell no. No. I mean, like, you're sounding like just, regular modeling pictures. I guess, yeah, that's cool. I mean, because you're a model. I can't knock models are models, and sometimes models do dress skimpy, but that's part of the thing of being a model. But if you just decide on your own, it's a no for me, man. You know what I'm saying? It'll be a no for me. So we here on Black Sports Online, but it says, Ruby Rose called broke, who said they would not date a OnlyFans model. As Kevin was saying, they're going to shame, they're going to guilt, insult, and the need to be right. That's the SIGN acronym. Shame, insult, guilt, and need to be right. Stay away from SIGN women. Stay away from SIGN women, man. And I don't know why they have this picture of fucking, what's his name, Henry Ruggs. He has nothing to do with this article. I don't know why the hell they have this picture up here with this article. It's kind of bullshit. But hey, let's get into the article. Would you date a woman that has an OnlyFans? Lots of men have said no, have been adamant about it. Rapper and OnlyFans model Ruby Rose posted a question on Twitter, and it didn't really seem like she got the responses she was thinking she was going to get. After most men said no, she later tweeted that it's fine because she wouldn't date the broke guys either. Your prerogative, but how many guys of the amounts of wealth that you probably would want to date want you being on OnlyFans? So, I mean, what type of man are you trying to attract? You probably, if you want to be on OnlyFans, more than likely you're going to be dating somebody a little broker than you. No offense. No offense, ladies. I'm just saying, ain't that kind of like facts? Like, now you're shaming the fellas into liking something that they don't want to like. And you insult them by calling them broke guys. You also, let's see. This part says, Ruby Rose recently took to Twitter to ask, would y'all date a girl with her OnlyFans? Then since then, Ruby Rose took the Instagram comments to a viral tweet and said, cool, I'll never date any of you broke ass niggas either. Now, Ruby Rose is a really attractive young lady. But to think somebody really wants to date a OnlyFans model is kind of the OnlyFans woman's delusion in a way. Not even in a way. In reality, it's delusional to assume that somebody should conform to what you want them to conform to in order to like the stuff, to like them the way you are. Which is cool. Somebody should love you and like you for who you are. But what you decide to portray and, project to the world is going to also affect the type of people you want to like and love you. That's just facts. How many prominent known strippers do you know that are married or just regular porn stars? And again, it's not saying that you up there selling sex or anything. I don't know. I've never seen your OnlyFans. I know Kanye said that he watch it on Reddit for free. I need to go find that Reddit to see if it's a little worthwhile or something. But right now, I'd be like, nah, that's a little crazy for me. I would not look at to date an OnlyFans girl. You know what I'm saying? That's just not my style. It's not my stilo. Respect to you if you get in the bag, though. I can't knock your hustle. But I definitely wouldn't date the OnlyFans girl. I mean, unless you teaching a class or some shit. Again, I'm not trying to date somebody who has to sell their sexuality in order to feel it makes them relevant. That's not the type of woman I would look for. And it's not the type of woman I'm dating now. You know what I'm saying? Definitely not. And when people say, oh, yeah, a queen. Nah, I got a queen in the house. You know what I'm saying? I got a queen at home. That's a queen. Trust me, y'all. I mean, more power to Ruby Rose. Like I said, she's a beautiful young lady. One of the first times I ever heard anything from her is when she was getting kicked out of a rapper's house and had to pay her own way to get back home. So again, I'm supposed to look at that and say, hey, I don't care no more. Like, I know you've been with all of these rappers. I know you have an OnlyFans to which males go to purchase so they can masturbate to you. And I still love you, girl. There's a million pretty women. There's a million pretty women who are educated, who have careers, that don't have to sell sex. If you're selling sex, hey, that's you. I'm not a pastor. I love strip clubs. I'm in them bitches. I just would never date a stripper. I don't support that lifestyle a little bit, but I'm not dating no stripper. I've never paid for OnlyFans. I've never got the point of, hey, let me go pay for a celebrity's OnlyFans. Porn's free, bro. It is free 99. Multiple websites free 99. Why would I go pay to go see a specific girl have sex? I mean, there are some people I would pay to see what they do in that bedroom. I ain't gonna lie. There's just a small amount of people I would do that for. I can't do that for everybody. Hi, Rihanna. I'll pay for that. I don't want. Then again, it would depend. I don't want to see Rihanna in ASAP. I don't want to see Rihanna though. You know what I'm saying? I want to see Rihanna. But yeah, man, there's only a handful of people I can see myself saying, hey, I'd pay for that. I could do that. But this is definitely not that case right now. But again, shout out to Ruby Rose. I think she said she's in the top 1% of earners. So she's getting that bag on OnlyFans. She's definitely making her money. I just don't want her money. So this next story is something that we touched on a while. Well, I touched on a while ago. And that was with the Fresh and Fit situation. And now it's escalated even more. Apparently, they sent out so many copyright strikes and stuff to a whole bunch of content creators And some of those copyright strikes that they sent out were considered and viewed as fraudulent. But they did it in a mass quantity amount that YouTube sent out emails to content creators, asked them about what's going on, and after getting their mass amount or vast amount of responses back and reviewing the cases that's been brought against them, they flipped the page on Fresh and Fit and said, y'all now have to respond to these responses to tell us why the hell y'all put in these bullshit claims. And if you don't respond, we're going to cancel your channel in 7 days. So I found out about this about 4 days ago? So that means I got about 2-3 more days to make a response to YouTube, or they will lose their channel. And some of the people who were affected by this was the lead attorney, Alvin Preach. I think the Poor Man's Podcast. I don't know if they hit O'Shea. Shout out my boy O'Shea. I love some O'Shea. But people in that black manosphere who's been critiquing them and a lot of the stuff they do, because it all came up the first time around. People been making a lot of content on Fresh and Fit. And I'm just against censoring everybody. I understand if somebody misuses your content, but the way you go about things are important. So now the shoes flipped on you. Now the rabbit has the gun in this situation, and now you have to decide how the fuck you gonna get out of this shit. So this is something right here on Reddit. I couldn't find no dedicated articles to it. It says the level of censorship is getting out of hand. Myron likely wrote the image attached below. That's his writing style. First, they sent out copyright strikes to over 30 plus YouTube channels, trying to get them channels deleted. Now, randomly, they were caught in the crossfire. They need to learn they can't censor free speech. We're not going to fold. So, in this, I guess, Myron, allegedly, after they send off the YouTube comment strikes, I guess it's a Fresh and Fit room on Reddit. This is where I'm at now. He trying to get people kicked out of that. And they says, hey, we the mods have been notified by many members of the group of users from Black Pill/hate community. I never even heard of Black Pill community, but I guess that's the thing. People been hating on the internet forever. But, and this is also says, one of these messengers, spammer is a person that has been banned from other manosphere type of subreddits, and have been accused of doxing and other toxic behavior on Reddit before. She knows who she is. The others know themselves too. We knew for a while, but we are receiving more and more complaints about it. So I guess there's, even on Reddit, they're trying to get Reddit things canceled. And the YouTube thing, it just looks bad because I watched some of the lead attorney do his, did a really long stream. I didn't watch the whole stream, about 4 hours. But I seen some of the documentation. And it's not looking good for Fresh and Fit. They jumped the gun, and now the rabbit has it. Don't do that. They real deal tried to attack 30 plus big YouTube channels. YouTube understands where, these bigger content channels, they're not just going to take them down because there's money being generated by these people. And a group of all those people definitely going to get way more views than just your content alone. So it becomes an issue to where if they actually did it, YouTube will make a case to strike videos, delete videos, possibly delete channels. But in the manner that Fresh and Fit went about trying to get this done, and the miscalculations taken on the process, they're now at risk of losing their channel. And I'll admit it, I gave up on Fresh and Fit back when all the controversy was going on. I was just like, fuck it. But then academics went on and the shit happened with academics and I guess the girl and I watched it and they kind of drew me back into it, man. YouTube started pushing the clips again and I probably watched a couple of them. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I wouldn't. But every time it seemed like I want to give these niggas a chance, they fuck up. Like, this is dumb. This is dumb. You're trying to censor people who you believe don't make positive commentary about you. Eat a dick, man. Grow up. Grow up. Grow up, bruh. Not everybody's going to like you. And if you already have your core audience and people that fuck with you, they're going to support you. Stick to the people that support you and grow the fuck up, bruh. You can't be claiming alpha male this, alpha male that, and then somebody says something bad about you, you go try to get their channel deleted. Or is it that you don't want people trying to expose the bullshit you're doing? I'm leaning more so you don't want people saying anything about the bullshit that you guys participate in all the fucking time. I don't know how y'all gonna rectify that, but I'm definitely keeping an eye on this to see if YouTube's really gonna, take these guys down or how they're gonna handle that. So on this next story, we have an update to the Travis Scott's basically being canceled. So far, you have his shoes pushed back. He had some shoes that he was going to bring back out. All his other shoes have been selling out like hotcakes. So, they want to put them shoes out because he moves products. That's been pushed back. His alcohol beverage that broke records for Anheuser-Busch, that's now been canceled. Yeah, the Dior line coming out, that's been pushed back again. He also did an interview with Charlemagne. Interview did not help him. And now this has been announced. We're here on Variety, and they say it's Travis Scott out of Coachella 2022 lineup following the Astro World tragedy. Travis Scott has been effectively removed from the lineup of performances for the 2022 Coachella Valley Music and Arts Festival, Variety has learned. The development follows a report by KESQ and Palm Springs were reported that the controversial rapper was dropped from the bill following a tragedy which occurred at his own Astro World Festival in November, where 10 people died after the concert rampaged during the headlining set. A Change.org petition was started in the days after the tragedy, demanding his removal from the Coachella lineup. The petition has gathered nearly 60,000 signatures as of this writing. Now, I just want to interject there. So, I just want to interject there and say this. I'm cool with people canceling him when they doing the petition petition that they haven't Change.org. But if you weren't going to the concert anyway, why are you trying to hurt that man's pockets? I understand what he did, but if you're not going to the concert, now you're just being a hater. You don't consume his content already. Probably wasn't going to Coachella anyway. I don't feel like you should do a petition or sign a petition to cancel somebody like that if you're not even going to be going to the show. You know what I'm saying? That shouldn't be up to you. It should be up to the people who pay their money for that shit, for the festivals or whatever. That it should fall to them. And unless, it's tough on that. Random people who aren't going to go to a festival already, should their input be more important than the people who attend festivals? I'm a little on the no side for that. So reps for the artists and the festival in the city of Indio, California, where it's held, have not confirmed the report. But I have also seen reports come out say that Travis have been offering to give up his fee in order to stay on stage and perform. Ain't looking like they're gonna do that. But Travis Scott is effectively being canceled right now. And then when you're the face of something, you're going to take the fall. Even if everything's not your fault, the way everything plays out, it's going to fall on you. You're the face. The face always is in the hot seat. You get all the celebratory shit when you win, and you get all the fault when you lose. And this time, the loss of life is facing you right now. And doing interviews, when you don't do interviews at all, you still come off disingenuous. It's not a good look. It's not a good look at all. Do I think he's done? No. I still believe he has a rabid fan base who will still come out to support him. I don't know how other major brands will support his endeavors as they would have beforehand. That's the key. You can get shit done on your own, but people like using other people's money and resources. And when you got to use other people's money and resources, it changes what you can and can't do effectively. And we're seeing that right now. You see it in a lot of cases. When you're not using your money, you can't dictate how none of that shit go. Boosie movie would not have came out if Boosie didn't do his movie himself. People would have took the comments and all the controversy with Lil Nas X and said, you're done. So am I thinking he's done? No. Because if he wanted to do another festival, there are people who want to pay to go. Now, would it be controversial? Yeah. I just don't know how. I guess we got to wait till everything plays out in court before he starts doing shows and stuff like that. But he's definitely missing out on a lot of money. These corporations are canceling his ass. Is that something he should have saw coming because of the incident? Yeah. It shouldn't be a surprising thing. 10 people died. You know, that ain't something that happens at concerts often. When somebody dies at a concert, it's kind of a big thing because people don't go to concerts expecting somebody to die. And the manner of which it occurred and the videos that show everything, it all looks bad. It all looks bad. You know what I'm saying? Travis shouldn't have done that interview. It didn't help his case at all. Public perception of him only got worse. And after he did the interview, guess what? Alcohol beverages canceled, shoes pushed back. Like, come on, bro. If the team told you in this incident, and I'm pretty sure you got a crisis management team, they probably told you don't do this. Or if you do this, it should only go such and such and such. Because people who do have power dictate how a lot of interviews are going to go. But in that moment, I'm pretty sure a lot of journalists would have been like, nah, we can't take the gloves off on this one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Travis is gonna have to wait for this shit to play out to see how his future's gonna go. I can't even project that right now. But again, I think after, all the legal shit plays out, he wants to do his own festival again. It'll happen. Because he has a rabid fan base. I'm pretty sure motherfuckers still want to show up and go do the same shit they was doing last time. That's just the way, his fan base seems to be. Now then, this next story. Oh my goodness. Say it ain't so, CNN. Say it ain't so. There was a report that came out from the New York Post that stated former Chris Como producer trained girls as young as 7 and sexual subservience, according to court documents. Now let me pull this up. We're here on the New York Post. And again, Chris Como, he has sexual assault things on him. His brother has sexual assault things on him. And now the former lead producer is apparently trying to train girls as young as 7. You can't make this shit up. Reality sometimes blows your fucking mind. And this is one of those things for me. A veteran CNN producer who worked shoulder to shoulder with ex-anchor Chris Como bragged about luring girls as young as 7 to his home for sexual subservience training and believe women is women regardless of age. A woman is a woman regardless of age. John Griffin, who has been suspended from the network pending investigation of the allegations, attempted to lure at least 4 girls ages 16, 14, 13, and 9 to his Vermont ski house for a deviant training session on such things as spanking and cock worship. The nigga's a creep. This nigga is a creep. The 44-year-old cable network honcho was arrested Friday by FBI agents, but the indictment was unsealed Monday. It revealed how the producer used BDSM dating, fetish, and kink website to try to find parents who allow Griffin to train their minor daughters how to be sexual subservient. I don't know why the fuck I can't say this right now. Basically, sexually submissive. I don't know why I can't say that right now. I don't watch enough Law and Order to pronounce it, but I'm getting tongue twisted. Excuse me. You know what I'm saying? But Throughout 2020, Griffin had a number of conversations with purported parents of young girls in which he espoused in a way of life in which women are sexually subversive and inferior to man, sexually submissive and inferior to man, prosecutors wrote in the indictment. There is a natural wanton whore at the core of any female, whether she knows it or not. Griffin told the person who claimed to be the mother of the 16-year-old girl last summer, prosecutors said. He then allegedly proposed a little mother-daughter trip to his Ludlow, Vermont ski house for sexual training, the indictment says. Around the same time, Griffin spoke to another person who claimed to be the mother of a 13-year-old and a 9-year-old girl, saying, "It's your job, in concert with me, to see that the 13-year-old is trained properly," according to the document. There's a picture of the creep right here. When handled appropriate, a woman is a woman regardless of age, Griffin told the person, court records allege. One of the biggest lies of this society is that women are delicate, innocent angels, and they are in actuality, naturally, and the dirtiest sluts possible in every metric. He added, according to papers. After a number of text phone conversations with the person, Griffin allegedly transferred and purported the parent $3,350 to cover the cost of the trip from Nevada to Boston. There's a picture with his the creep host. On July 15th, 2020, Griffin drove his red Tesla Model X to Boston Logan International Airport, picking up the parent and a 9-year-old, and then brought them back to a ski house where the child was directed to engage and did engage in illegal sexual activity, prosecutors allege. That mother's fucked up. She needs to be getting prosecuted with his ass. Who the fuck brings their kids across the country to let a grown man diddle their kids? How fucking crazy in the mind do you have to be to allow some shit like that to take place? Throw the parent under the fucking jail too, man. You're a fucked up individual. And he's a nasty ass fucking creep. The parent, you just I hate both of y'all right now. In an earlier instance, in April of that year, Griffin chatted with a purported father of a 14-year-old girl and told them he had sexually trained a 7-year-old and said that the dad's teen would be a good candidate for a school alongside her mother, the documents claim. Griffin said he instructed the teen and her mother to remove their clothing and touch each other. Griffin was remanded after his initial appearance in Vermont Federal Court and will be arraigned Wednesday, records show. When reached by email, his lawyer declined to comment. CNN published a story about how Griffin arrest Saturday and included a statement from the network's rep. The charges against Mr. Griffin are deeply disturbing, spokesperson said. We only learned about his arrest yesterday afternoon and have suspended him pending investigation. What did the father fucking respond and say? Because I would have told you I would fucking kill you if you ever mention my daughter in this way. And I'm sorry, YouTube. I probably shouldn't be saying that. But no, I don't play with fucking pedophiles. I don't look at that and say, hey, this is a game. No, you touch my fucking kids, I'm going to fucking hurt you. I don't even have kids yet. But if somebody ever did something to like my niece or nephew, I'm going to fucking hurt you. I don't care about sitting in life. You don't play with the kids. No, you don't play with my family. I'm willing to go do life on that shit. I'm going to stand behind that shit in that instance. Fuck no. Fuck no. And that mother, she fucked up in the head. Who the fuck takes off their clothes and touch themselves with their fucking daughter? All y'all fucking disgusting. Like, bruh, what type of incest shit are y'all fucking on? Incest, pedophilia rings. Like, this shit is going on. Why we acting like this shit don't happen and we keep finding people doing this shit? Ghislaine Maxwell's on fucking trial right now for this type of shit. And then everybody in the fucking mainstream act like, oh, no, this never occurs. This never happens. No. You niggas turn fucking blind eyes because you make fucking money from it. And that hot mic from the ABC reporter showed that shit. Y'all motherfuckers are creeps and fucking nasty, and money will make you sell your fucking soul for some shit sometimes. And this is one of those instances. CNN is fucking nasty for this shit. Y'all ain't know. Y'all ain't know about Chris Como neither. Everybody gonna play fucking stupid all the time. That's the thing. Everybody just plays so fucking stupid like nobody knew. If you knew these things were taking place and you kept covering that shit up, you need to be gone from CNN. Now. Immediately. It's amazing when you see this shit and people try to play dumb or act stupid like none of this shit happens. No. Y'all niggas be protecting these fucking creeps sometimes. This nigga's a fucking creep. The parents are creeps for whoever agreed to that shit. This is one of them stories that make your blood boil. Gets you upset. Cause really, y'all really off that type of time? Y'all really on that type of... Like, come on, bruh. That's a no-no for me. That is a no for me, bruh. I'm gonna leave that to y'all creeps. Cause, yeah. I don't even know how you rectify something in that situation. There's nothing you could do to make me change my opinion on that. Like, yeah, bruh. You're a wild lover. You're a wild one, bruh. So y'all know what time it is. It's time for some TV talk. And I gotta get into Power Book. Man, that last episode definitely had some shit in there I didn't expect to see. It made me want to hit the Snoop Dogg button the first time it came around. Like, hey, Fifth, I didn't ask for this scene, my guy. And in all fairness, you know, they did have a sex scene that occurred with two guys. It's not my cup of tea. I'm sorry. It's nothing against the LGBTQ plus community. Just not into watching two guys do that at all. Never. And I'm not even like, if that's your lifestyle, that's your lifestyle. And it's good that TV does put people in position to show who they are or represent everybody. Just not my thing. But the bombshell that happened during the episode was Monet is really Zeke's mama. Zeke's father is her old love interest. Like, he made it known. Like, I knew you was pregnant. I knew you did the shit you did, but I went and got my shit together. I'm back now, and I want you, and I want my son, and I want to protect us. I want us to be a family. How this gonna play out is gonna be interesting. But Monet looking like she the mama of Zeke. Something we didn't expect. He still call her auntie with his stupid face. But Zeke, oh my goodness, Zeke makes him. He's a character as an actor. You know what I'm saying? They have a meme face of moods of Zeke, and it's like 12 different faces that he makes during the show, and all of them looks ridiculous, man. So I can't wait to see the face he makes. Is it gonna be the face he made when he said, "I gave Ramirez PDA card"? Is it gonna be that face? I definitely can't wait to see how all of it play out, man. Shout out to 50 Cent. He is killing it on these TV shows. He definitely killing it on these TV shows. I just didn't expect that last scene. And another recommendation I got for people, man. I don't know if I talked about Dope Sick, but y'all should definitely go watch Dope Sick on Hulu. It gets you so frustrated to see that rich people just get away. Again, you have money and connections. They just sweep shit under the rug. How do you have a TV show documenting the atrocities committed by this company and all these rich people know? And nobody went to jail. They had fraudulent shit happen with the FDA and nobody went to jail. It amazes me, you know, we're selling this as a television programming and nobody went to jail. They paid less in fines than the money they made. They did that for selling drugs, bro. For me, I'll be El Chapo out this bitch. You just catch me and I get a fine, bro. But it don't work like that for us poor people. You got to be in like the 1% to get the access to those type of things. You know what I'm saying? But this has been a good episode of the L.I.M.E Show. Shout out to all y'all who tuned in. That's episode 22. I appreciate every single last person who tuned in, who's going to listen to this. Man, I got love for y'all, because y'all showing love to me, and that's to be appreciated, man. It's definitely to be appreciated. Again, make sure y'all go hit up that merch store. FlossHouseStore.com is in the bio. Go buy some merch, man. Go support me. You can support the show directly through Cashapp, through PayPal. Those links are in the bio. You want to support that way. Support me. Go to thedailydistrict.com. Go support that. Go support the Next Up's Instagram page. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you go follow us on Instagram at _NextUp. Go follow the L.I.M.E Show's Instagram page at the L.I.M.E Show 202. And then while you at it, go ahead and go follow my personal page at DJTheParkBoy. Make sure y'all go check out my music. I appreciate all the people who, support all of this shit, man. But it's your boy DJTheParkBoy, and I'm out. Make sure y'all have a good one. I'm gonna be right back with another pod. I got somebody pulling up tomorrow. So we're gonna be in studio knocking out some more shit, some more things that went on. Cause there's some even more, like I said, there was so many topics that occurred and that week span that I was gone. I got a lot to talk about. But again, I appreciate y'all stopping through, and I'll see y'all next time.